was like it was all planned or something, Doug. But yes, I am here with Dr. Charles King Jr. And they were talking about fluoride. So give us your opinion. Some people I've heard think that fluoride isn't good for you because of the ingredient that's in it. But what are your thoughts?
Well, just as with anything else, too much of anything can be bad for you, and fluoride is no exception to that. Fluoride it can be great for the teeth. It's recommended to be used. It's used in public water sources in most municipalities and in all over the place. It's in your foods that you eat. It's in the beverages that you drink. But if you take in too much of it, you ingest it and swallow it, it can be toxic to your stomach, and that's especially pertinent when it comes to children.
So what, fluoride strengthens the teeth?
It does. It actually has a systemic effect, meaning that you can be taking it into your body even before you cut your teeth. And then also the topical effect, when you actually place it on your teeth, it helps to re-strengthen your teeth and help fight tooth decay.
Very good. We want to talk about teeth whitening now, and is there anything bad about whitening your teeth?
Well, again, if used properly, it can be a great product. We're really concerned about the cosmetics and everything that we do here, especially in the United States, and the whitening was brought about really in the late 80s. Actually, one of my dental professors in school was one of the pioneers of teeth whitening.
How about that?
And so I had the pleasure of learning a lot about it in school, and ever since then we have used it in the office. But there's a lot of products, as you can see, that are on the market that you can actually buy over the counter. But the danger to that is when you buy something over the counter, it's easy to ignore or disregard the position of your dentist. So that's why I always emphasize to the public, always consult with your dentist prior to buying your product so that you can know exactly what you're getting into.
Very good. How often do you recommend using a teeth whitener?
It really depends on the type of whitener that you use, the substance, the active ingredient that it's made of. It depends on the concentration of the solution that you're using. Say, for instance, you're using something such as the Crest White Strips over the counter. It has a hydrogen peroxide substance in it, and it's at a concentration, I guess, somewhere in the neighborhood of between 5 and 10%. Well, you're required to use that more so in order to get the effect that you want. Whereas a product that's in the dental office that has a carbamide peroxide solution, and there is a difference between hydrogen and carbamide peroxide, on a chemical basis. The concentration is higher, therefore you use it for a shorter period of time.
Okay, very interesting. Now, do you think it can make your teeth more sensitive? Does it eat away at the enamel, or? It
can make your teeth more sensitive, especially if your teeth have already been exposed to tooth decay, which makes your teeth more porous. So it's easier for the whitening substance to get into your teeth and cause a sensitivity. And it can be sensitive on your gums as well if used improperly.
Okay, we're going to be back in just a moment. I'm back with Dr. Charles King Jr. from King Family Dental Care, and he's been teaching us all about teeth whitening today. But you brought some pictures with you, and we're going to take a look and run through those and kind of see what the issues are and what needs to be fixed here. So let's go ahead and take a look. What is going on?
Well, we would start with the most provocative one.
I know.
But as the teeth are flashing by, the thing that they all have in common is that they all have staining. But the question is, what is the causative factor of the staining? And that's the most important factor that you use to determine whether or not you want to use a whitener or whether you want to go to some other means to get your teeth back in good shape. Like that picture there shows actual tooth decay. Well, you look at it and say, well, it is staining, so I can get a whitener and I can whiten all of that out, right? Well, no, that's not the case, because actual tooth decay causing that staining will require some fillings. And in order to do fillings, you can't buy that over the counter. You have to go see your dentist. So that's why I emphasize the importance of consulting with your dentist first. What you see there is actually medically related dental staining related to tetracycline antibiotics.
That was from from kind of the younger, or I'm sorry, the older generation. Is that correct?
Yeah, some of those products are still being used, especially with acne treatments, minocycline related medications that kill the bacteria that cause acne. That could be a causative factor in darkening your teeth.
Really?
So again, knowing the causative factor with the darkening of your teeth is important so that you can know how to attack it.
So that would be something you really need to talk to your personal dentist about.
Absolutely.
Very
Absolutely.
good.
I can't stress that enough.
Very good. Let's move on now to brushing your teeth. Is there a way that you would recommend people to brush their teeth that maybe there's, the wrong way they've been doing it?
Well, you'd be surprised how many adults don't brush their teeth properly. And what we try to do in our office as well as in other offices across the nation is that we emphasize how many times a day to brush your teeth and the way to brush your teeth. And I wish I had a big toothbrush here to show you, but basically you want to brush in the morning and at night. And people underestimate the importance of brushing at night because your salivary glands shut down at night. You notice when you wake up in the morning, your mouth is really dry and your eyes are really flaky. It's because your glands in your body shut down at night. It's just a natural thing that happens. And when it does that, it shuts off the cleansing mechanism in your mouth. The saliva naturally cleans your teeth during the daytime, but at night it shuts down. Imagine when you're eating and you haven't brushed your teeth before you go to bed and that stuff sticks to your teeth at night. That's when your teeth are most vulnerable to decay formation. So the time that you brush is also very important, just as well as how you brush.
Very interesting. Now, what about flossing? Do you have a recommended amount of time that people should floss?
Yeah, at least once a day. And again, at night is the best time to floss right before you go to bed because it removes those factors from your teeth, the foodstuffs that cause tooth decay before your mouth dries out and it has no means to defend itself.
Very smart. Well, thank you so much for those tips. Some wonderful educational opportunity for us to learn about all of these things.